I think what the question that was asked about the small gestures was, I think the audience understands what you are thinking, and therefore, or we seem to understand what's going on in your head. So even the smallest look towards them, we think we know exactly what you're thinking, and that's, how does an actor do that?
Well, I don't know, but it's a great compliment.
Yes.
I remember once rushing from Baltimore to Washington, D.C. to see Maggie Smith in a Tom Stoppard play, and I got there a bit late, and they put me into the royal box right at the very, very back of the auditorium, and I sat there, and I saw people coming off, interesting. And then Maggie came on, and it was as if it was as if she was acting a different script, a better script than everybody else. It was as if the lighting was better on her than everybody. And I was, as I say, I was right at the back of the theater, and I could see every thought in her. You know, that is mystical, being so far away. And anyway, whoever asked if they're paying me a compliment like that, I think that's absolutely great. I love that, and you never understand at all about your own acting. As I say, I just do these things. I just look at the script, I read it and read it and read it and read it and read it, and little things occur to me, and things occur to me in the middle of the night and all this kind of thing, and I just do it, and I do it the way we are. Are we kind of acting now? I think we sort of are, because we know that there's a camera there. It's not just you and me in real life. We're doing a bit of a performance, and I just do it. And then people come up to me and say, "You are outrageous," and I don't know what they're talking about. But I guess
they're talking about your stage work, Brian.
Yeah.
Well.
I mean, they say, you know, it's how, and I don't understand that.
Well,
anyway, thank you, whoever.
Brian, here's another question. This one from Robert Monahan. Brian, I've seen all your work for the past 30 years. Do you have a favorite role or play?
Oh my God, this sounds like a real cliche, but the truth of the matter is, Robert, that the one I'm doing is always my favorite play. This is invariable, I find, with Shakespeare and Moliere, that there is so much to get involved with, and so much, you're given so much, you know, and the energy of the text is sitting inside the text, and it's a very exciting thing to try and meet that energy with your energy and your inspiration that comes from the text. And I really mean it when I say that the play that I'm doing is the one that of course, because I love doing my one-man Shakespeare show, because I get to do a lot of stuff. I get to do a whole range of stuff, and that's wonderful. Here's
a question from Karina Opatek. When will we see the lunatic, the lover, and the poet again?
I don't know. I don't know.
Are you doing it?
No, not at the moment. No,
Is that a?
Yeah, it's a choice, and no, I'm doing my Oscar Wilde show now instead of that, and so I put the Shakespeare one-man show to bed for a while, and but I must say. The reaction to the Oscar Wilde show, you know, I do these one-man shows quite a lot on cruise ships and stuff. In fact, I did one in the summer, going from Venice to Monaco, and it took 12 days to get there. So we were a lot of the time in your old country, and I found that the reaction to the Oscar Wilde show is as good, if not better, than the Shakespeare show.
Now that interests me. That's very interesting, because you would not have thought that they would have been quite as versed or
you would not.
prepared for it.
No, you wouldn't. But they are. It's strange. I'm
Wow.
talking about ordinary people, you know, on vacation. And,
Wonderful.
of course, I used to do the Shakespeare show was conceived as a show for universities.
Yeah.
And it's sort of a Shakespeare class in a way. It's a sort of Shakespeare masterclass kind of thing.
And you first started putting that together 20 years ago, I think, right? Late 80s?
A little bit more than
11
20
and a
years
half.
ago.
Wow.
Yeah, maybe 21 or 22
Right.
or something.
Well, Brian, we have a question here about, two questions actually that are related. I'll ask them, both of you, and then you can decide how you want to answer. But they're both related to Lady Bracknell. How hard is it to approach Lady Bracknell as a real person and not a caricature? And a related question, what do you find most challenging in being a woman? Being,
Yeah.
playing a woman.
And the first question
Was how do you make Lady Bracknell
Yeah.
a real person, not a caricature?
Well, that is the real challenge of playing the part. And it's not only for me, it's for everybody in the cast, because, as I say, the people are all satirical. They are all, you know, send-ups, if you like, of the real thing, and they all speak the way Oscar Wilde spoke, which is very elaborate and brilliantly witty dialogue. We all wish we could speak like that in real life, and only a few people that have ever lived have been able to speak in that way. Noel Coward was another one. He was a very, very witty man and a very sweet man. So that's the hardest thing. Because as I was saying earlier, the most important thing is that we are dimensional as these characters and absolutely serious. And so we have to somehow come to terms, and it's hard, with this very, very wonderfully witty, but very kind of elaborate text.